Hey, folks.
Be professional.
First off, this is my show. I can be a professional. They went, "Why the hell did you put pants on?" Things I never thought I'd have to say to my best friend, ladies and gentlemen. This is the NXT Takeover The End review. It's not obviously the end of NXT. They just advertise NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
The show, obviously.
Yeah, thank you, Cassie. And the last horse finishes the race. Good show. I would say it was certainly better than any 3-hour Raw or any of the last 3-4 no, probably right up there with the Rumble. The Rumble was overall a pretty good event. I mean,
fair play.
Reigns didn't win. Remember, Triple H won the Rumble. I know it seems like the Rumble was a year ago, but I mean, you should have remembered that. No, if you're talking about last year, yes. But anyway, pre-show, you got Lita, 41-year-old Lita, who actually looks pretty good. Corey Graves in a bright-ass shirt that was construction crew approved. And Renee in black and a lot of towels underneath because she kept thinking about Dean.
And nobody could talk.
Well, clearly not you either, since you couldn't even get the word talk out. Talk.
Talk.
Anyway, Lita, I have a soft spot. I would have thought after Edge, Matt Hardy, and CM Punk, you wouldn't have any soft spots left, Lita. I mean,
apparently got Corey thinking about her soft spot.
She did. Corey, which is sad, because if you've seen Corey's wife, she's beautiful, and they seem to have they have 2 kids, and they seem happy. Lita getting close to Graves. I mean, Lita, he's married. Not that, of course, that ever stopped you before, but who knows. Anyway, so good video package to open up. Showed the hype of NXT from when it was not even before the network even happened, when JR was still calling it. When Seth Rollins was the first NXT era champion, and then you had
Paige and
Big E.
the Wyatts.
Well, yeah, you had Paige and the Wyatts. You had just a bunch of people. You had back when Charlotte was actually booked fine and not booked like shit. God, I fucking hate how they book her. But anyway, that was really good. I mean, I don't know. You saw that, Kyle.
Yeah, that was really nice, actually.
Yeah, we got our producer over here off to the side saying stuff, so it's really fun. It's Thing. Thank you, Thing. I'm gonna get this name wrong no matter how hard I try. But Ty Dillinger versus Andrada. I'm just gonna, you know what? Almas, Andrada, Cien, Almas, Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. I mean, look, he reminded me of Mexican Justin Gabriel. That's what he reminded me of. If you don't know who Justin Gabriel is, look him up. And Justin Gabriel, since I can't talk either. That was good offense.
Yep.
I mean, it was good offense. He had a really good showing. Ty Dillinger deserves better. He's really over with the crowd. But he got almost over just fine. Or Cien, or whatever the hell they call him. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, it's like, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
it was
a good kind of starting match for someone.
Good starting match. I mean, he might have worked a couple house shows before this. I mean, I don't know because I don't pay attention to the house show circuit. But it was fun. It was a 6 out of 10 match because it was basic. Of course, Almost was going to get the win. Of course he was. I mean, it was a debut match. He has to. And Ty Dillinger, kind of jobber to the stars, but he's more over than a lot of jobbers they've had. So, I don't know, 6 out of 10?
Yeah, 6 out of 10. Good opening match for the NXT Takeover.
I mean, pay-per-view could work for a pay-per-view, except they only have a network, Cassie.
It got the crowd hyped up, at least.
It did. So, ranking?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, okay. American Alpha versus the Revival, that was a hell of a match. Any match they have, they can find ways to keep the drama going. The Revival, old school 70s and 80s tag team style. American Alpha, also very Steiner Brothers-like with their gear and their offense. The dual ankle locks make me think one of 2 things. Somebody pointed this out to me. I believe it was at Jeremy 8911. He pointed out that Swagger needs. Right? It was DC Matthews NAI. He pointed out that Swagger needs a stable. I can see Swagger with American Alpha. That would fit. If we give Swagger something to do, maybe they could fix Swagger's hair, whatever the hell happened with his. I mean, come on, we watched Raw. It's like, what the hell happened to Swagger's hair in the past 3 years?
It looks wrong.
I mean, good grief. I guess the air in Oklahoma really messes with you. But I would say 8.5 out of 10, and I only say that because of the title change. I'm not upset American Alpha lost, because they're probably getting called up sooner. I'm a little surprised that American Alpha lost, but I guess since the Revival lost last week to Gargano and Ciampa, two guys that they're hopefully NXT finally going to sign.
Well, they haven't really had a lot of big tag teams on the main roster.
They really haven't. Cassie, you got to speak to the camera. You're kind of.
I was talking to you, so.
What? That would have been funny. Anyway, no, they haven't had a lot of big tag teams. They kind of got the roster. They have to build it back up. But I really enjoyed the match. I would say 8.5 out of 10. It was really great action, don't get me wrong. I'm not slighting either team, but it was just, it's stuff we've seen before with some good tweaks, which sounds inappropriate with 4 guys wrestling. But I would say 8.5 out of 10, Kyle.
8.
8? Okay. What'd you think of title change?
Good title change.
Yeah. I was a little surprised, but...
It happens.
It does, yeah. Obviously,
Jordan never ceases to amaze me how much he can do.
Jordan is a fucking star. I mean, Jordan is no doubt a fucking star. It is incredible what he can do. I mean, not just like Chad Gable. For a guy his size, he's incredible in the ring. But Jordan, he needed that because Jordan and Dillinger used to be a tag team. Jordan just needed that right guy to bring the fire out of Jordan. Jason Jordan. And shout out to @JJF Tweets. I haven't heard from you here for a while, Jared. Hope you're okay. He pointed out that, like, hey, you know, Gable, Jordan, and guys like that are going to be stars. So that was a really good match. 8.5 out of 10. Best tag team match I've seen in a while. And then you had, and I'm going to get this wrong, Authors of Pain. They're from the Great Khali's training school. So but see, I'm amazed that Great Khali could train anybody with working knees, since Khali has worse knees than Hank Hill's dad. So, and I've used that joke a lot, but it's funny. So I'm going to get this wrong. Sonny Dinsa, I mean, I'm assuming the H is silent, and Gazim Selmani. I mean, sorry if I get that wrong. I'm trying to, it's like, 1, I can't read my handwriting, 2, I'm not good with foreign names. They are 2 impressive guys. They could move pretty well. They reminded me of 3-Minute Warning. I need to show you who they are. 2 big Samoan guys who really can move pretty well. And they were either Samoan or, I don't think they were Indian.
I think one was Samoan. I think one of them was white.
You sure? Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure.
Looked like white with a really dark tan.
What is white?
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, really, it's like, you know, I mean, the races are so mixed
At
up.
first, I thought both of them were Samoan, and the other guy looked white, and one was Samoan.
German.
Had tribal tattoos.
German, Kyle. Okay.
I think we're German.
Okay, German. All right. Okay.
One of them looked Samoan with tribal tattoos on his arm.
Heyman's going to be terrified of him if he ever gets near him. I'm going to hell for that joke. Then you're right.
No, you're right. Camp.
God damn it, Kyle. Anyway, so Paul Ellering appears, longtime manager of the Legion of Doom, aka the Road Warriors, the NWA, WCW, AWA. Obviously not in that order, but even in WWE briefly in '92, and then came back in '98 and had to talk down to the Road Warriors, which he hated. He really helped out the Road Warriors a lot, and I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it. Now I'm going to call out wholesale here. One, they said they were chanting "Who are you?" to the two, you know, big guys, Sonny and Zim, which I'm assuming is how you say their names. I'm sure as hell hope they were not chanting "Who are you?" to Paul Ellering, which is smart. With as smart as wholesale claims to be, if you don't know who the fuck Paul Ellering is, watch your goddamn network, get your heads out of your asses, and don't you dare slander the name of Paul Ellering. That guy, I mean, it's amazing that guy's been in wrestling for 30, well, I mean, he was in wrestling back in the 80s. He's actually a pretty damn good wrestler. What little footage I saw before he blew out one of his knees really badly and had to become a manager. The guy's an incredible talker. I gotta show you some of his promos sometime. But anyway, Ellering, I'm really happy to see. I thought at first it was Bruno, and I'm like, no, Bruno's older. And I was like, holy fuck, Paul Ellering. I was freaking losing it. Ask these two.
Yeah.
I mean, I was losing it. I was like, oh my god. But, you know.
Fanboying to the max.
What?
Fanboying to the max.
Yeah. The maxi pad? It's an absorbent pad.
Not as bad as Becky Lynch.
Why are you talking about Becky Lynch's pad? What is wrong with you? You sick freak! Anyway, I mean, is that what steampunk is? I'm confused by what steampunk is. Anyway. I would say that was a pretty cool debut, though, for those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to call them. I mean, I know they were called the Authors of Pain in the Great Khali School and wherever they wrestled, but that was a pretty cool debut. I mean, beating up American Alpha, that's...
And they didn't even have to say anything at all.
That's probably good because it doesn't look like either of those guys could talk. That's why Ellering is there. Ellering is a hell of a talker. But no, you're right.
He didn't even have to say anything.
Well, no, he didn't. But see, that's how you do it. So anyway, Nakamura versus Aries. Cassie, talk for a second. I'm gonna do this. Talk about at least the entrances or something.
It's like an epileptic shock almost with Nakamura entering.
You meant entering Full Sail, right? Because you made it sound like you were really interested in Nakamura there. I mean, that's pretty bad, Cassie. I mean, Cassie, look, really, that's a mouthpiece that he has. The guy's crazy. The guy's awesome.
Tooth guard.
Mouth guard. That's why I said a mouth guard.
He's a mouthpiece.
Well, I haven't watched.
Did I say mouthpiece? Oh fuck. No,
I know I haven't watched NXT week to week, but I'm happy to see Austin Aries back. I've seen some of his stuff in TNA, and he was really good.
Yeah, no, Aries has been featured in some good matches on NXT TV. It's just the problem is NXT TV week to week is hit and miss because they lump the tapings all together. It's like a month's worth of tapings in like 2 days, and sometimes they tape it 2 months in advance, which is fine. I mean, whatever. Then they go out and tour. But anyway, Aries versus Nakamura, that was great. That was the best match of the night, easily. And I don't think there was any shock there. It's a great stuff. Great series of, like, near falls, the switching up, like, of momentum. The fact that Aries gave Nakamura probably the most offense, not since NXT, but in quite a while. Try to find Wrestle Kingdom 10. I'm telling you. And, I mean, you guys also, whoever's watching this, the few people. Wrestle Kingdom 10, Styles versus Nakamura. Try to look it up. If you see the full match on YouTube, you'll see what I mean. It's a great match. But anyway, Nakamura and Aries, that was 9. I say 9.5 out of 10. It was just below what Zayn and Nakamura did. Just below. And that's not saying that guys did anything wrong, but probably just because we had Nakamura's debut against Zayn, and that's just what made it really, really cool. Nakamura feels like a special attraction whenever he appears. And even though he's on TV quite a bit, it feels special whenever he's on TV, in my opinion. Anyway, so 9.5 out of 10. Val?
Yeah, 9.5. I just love his entrance music, and his style is impeccable.
It is. The guy's got charisma, just coming out the wazoo, which I assume is a Japanese thing. I don't know, but anyway, Cassie.
I agree. That's probably my favorite match.
Coming out the wazoo, or I mean, you mean the ranking of the match?
The match of the night.
Match of the night, but okay, would you say 9.5 out of 10? What do you say?
9.
We go back to the German thing.
Let's go back to the German thing.
Okay, but I would say Nakamura versus. You're the one that brought it.
I know.
What the hell are you saying over there? Nakamura versus Arizona was a great match of the night, easily. I just have to say the one tweet that I said, because Aries kind of did it just as a way to set up for Nakamura to win. He dives to the outside, hits the barricade clearly. I'm like, hurl yourself stupidly at the barricade. It's a good tactic, Aries. It's really good. Anyway, so Full Sail can go to hell, though, because they seem more interested all night in putting themselves over, rather than chanting, rather than being into the match. I mean, now, the tag team match was another story. It seemed like they were fine then. But even Nakamura Aries, why would you chant anything other than awesome stuff about it or be entranced by that match? I mean, seriously. And somebody pointed out to me on Twitter, how did Impact Wrestling not make $1 billion with Aries? How did you not push that guy to the moon besides one time when he won the TNA title and that was for 3 months? That guy should have been the biggest star in your company. And that's all due respect to him. Rude, Styles, who was there, Jeff Hardy.
Because Dixie screwed over a lot of people. She
did, yeah, and now she's left with some good hands, but people that no one really knows. Outside of like 3 people, I can barely name anybody on the roster.
Do you think Vince would at least take a lesson from Dixie Carter on how not to drive a company into the ground? Vince
can continue to book it the way he is, and guess what? WWE's going to print money. They're going to print money. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. It's not being booked right. NXT is being booked right, though. Anyway. Nia versus Asuka was decent. Though Full Sail can go to hell for the "We want Eva, no we don't." Anybody that was chanting "We want Eva" needs to like just
be flayed.
Have Nia sit on you.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far. I was actually just going to say become sterile so you assholes can never reproduce. Anybody that wants Eva Marie on TV, what the hell's wrong with you guys? Eva Marie doesn't deserve to be on TV. Other than being a ballet, because you can't do anything in the ring.
She's a safety hazard.
Is that like safety dance?
No, how she injured Carmella and everything.
Yeah, but Carmella came back after a bit and everything. No, see, Eva just really can't do anything in the ring. That's basically what it is. But Asuka probably got Nia's the best match out of Nia. Now, Bayley got a couple decent matches out of her, especially on NXT TV recently, the recaps that they showed. But Asuka probably got the best match out of Nia. Nia, though, I know that she's big, but her cardio is horrible. She gets winded. It's really bad. It's better than it was, but Asuka, I love Asuka, love her entrance, love her look. She really hit some impressive kicks, sold well for Nia.
Yep.
That was probably a 6.5 out of 10. And that's nothing against either woman, but Nia's matches are pretty one note. You can only do so much with them. I mean, you just really can't, because now it was kind of cool how Asuka hit hit those 4 kicks and hit 3 kicks, and then Nia's like screaming. I guess she was hungry and needed Snickers. And then Asuka kicks her head off and manages to pin her. Here's just my thing though. When I saw Nia or whatever, and I saw her gear or whatever, I said, I guess Garth Brooks approves of her Thunder Rolls. And anybody that can get that reference, bravo to you, because I hate country. So anyway, they show a thing backstage with, I don't know who the girl was in the blue that was interviewing Regal, but my God, she's beautiful. Shout out to Zach Donegan for pointing out her nice eyes. Yep, she has nice perky eyes, Zach. They showed, just subtly, Bobby Roode. Robert Roode, whatever you want to call him. Roode just coming back, right behind Regal, went into his office. So, I'm really excited. Bobby Roode has deserved this chance to be in NXT. Especially after all the years that he was in TNA. Used right sometimes, and not always used right. But anyway. Good cage match, Joe versus Balor. It was cool to have Balor back as a demon. And then showing how fangirls wanted him to unleash a demon inside their cage. But he knocked that down. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Really? I'm not saying about you. Just, you should see what some of the fangirls tweet to me about that. It's frightening. I'm like, good God. Anyway, so at one point, Tom Phillips says to Corey Graves, how does it feel when your body goes sliding down that cage? Tom, you sick fuck. I mean, Tom, just because your jacket literally was as loud as Corey's shirt, that doesn't mean you need to be that gross. I mean, good grief.
What was it that Big E said about his jacket?
Big E said something about that if Tom Phillips doesn't take off his clothes and reveal his alien lizard body, then I just don't know. Big E and Kevin Owens win at Twitter. They just do. It's like 1 and 1A. But I would say it was a good cage match. It was a 7.5 to 8. It was an 8 out of 10. And I say because we've seen the matches before. This needed to be the end of the feud. And it was the end of the feud. It was a great way to culminate. It was an 8 out of 10 only because I don't think there was any doubt Joe was going to win. I mean, there was no reason for Balor to win. None. No way.
Especially considering Balor's probably going to get moved up soon.
He probably is. I mean, I hope he was just selling with the fact he was down on the ground for a while, and I hope he wasn't really injured. I haven't checked my phone. I'll check it after the review.
Join the Bullet Club again.
Balor Club. I don't think they're going to call it the Bullet Club. They might be able to. I don't know. I know New Japan Pro Wrestling, I believe, owns that. But anyway, I would say 8 out of 10 because there's no doubt Joe was going to retain. It was a good match. It was good use of the cage. PG rated, but good use of the cage and really felt personal. So I don't know, Kyle?
Yeah, I thought the cage was good.
So, what's your ranking?
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5? Okay, yeah. So on par with the tag.
I'd probably give it just a 7 because there were a lot of times where it's basically got into a monotonous point, like a rut.
And I'll agree because they've feuded a lot. They've feuded since Takeover in London. Yeah. That's 6 damn months. Don't get me wrong, they've had a great feud. But come on.
It had its high points, but
yeah,
I feel it could have been better.
It could have been. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it was great, but it was a great way to end the feud. And it was a great way to culminate with the end. Shockingly, Hideo Itami did not come back. And I say shockingly because I tweeted that he may, but he didn't. Anyway, so I would say overall, I would say an A- for this show. I would say B+ probably. Yeah, I say B+, only because really, I mean, for 5 matches, it was good. It was kept tight, and it was good stuff. So I would say B-, or B+ rather. Anyway, Kyle?
B+. I agree with that. It was definitely a good length show.
Yeah.
It was appropriately timed out.
Yeah.
The pacing was really decent on it.
It was. Definitely the pacing was a lot better than the pay-per-views they've done. Cassie?
I'd give it a B+. At least it was better than the last main roster pay-per-view.
It's better. The only thing that was comparable was the Royal Rumble. I mean, and I'm talking the whole Royal Rumble event, because at least that was like a B. Everything else has been maybe at best a C. I think I give Payback a B-. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Anyway, folks, so that is the reviews. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like, @RebornAgain, REBOURNE again. Feel free to like. You can share the video if you want. Subscribe. Please. There are obviously people that have subscribed. Just tell people about it if you want. I mean, if you just want to retweet it out, that really helps me. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if you like. Take care, folks.